Hey, what's going on, you guys? I just thought, we could talk a little bit right now. I usually don't videotape myself on my phone, but I thought, what the heck? I didn't feel like using my other app, and just thought I'd try this for now. Um, I put my glasses on so I can see you guys a little bit better. But yeah, there's so much going on, right? I mean, I'm in school. If you guys follow me on the other channels, or I haven't posted a ton, but I'm in school full time doing PMHNP school. I work full time. Well, I work more than full time. I basically have 3 jobs at my one job. So, but that's changing. I'm kind of in a transition phase, which has created a little more, well, significantly more work for me right now. And, I mean, let's talk about it, right? There's a lot going on in the world, and then we're also just trying to survive the economy, thrive in the economy, make good decisions. And doesn't everybody just have a lot of stress on them? I mean, is anybody not having some stress? Even if things are going well, maintaining that becomes stressful, right? Like, I feel like, oh my God, I have to maintain everything I'm doing, and the wins I have. I got to maintain financial management, what I'm invested in, try and make videos, try and do well in school. And I'm having major burnout right now in school. I've got 3 weeks left of this quarter, and I'm just staying above water with what I need to be doing and getting in the class. And I don't know, I might have messed up my grade, unfortunately, in my 2 classes. So, but it's a lot of clinicals. So I'm also doing clinicals, basically 20, 30 hours a week on top of my school schedule of doing, my schoolwork, documentation, doing my SOAP notes, and studying to make sure I know what I'm doing in clinicals, and and then my job, and then all the other things. So for me right now, I mean, how are you guys doing? I mean, how are you maintaining your best, we talk about self-care. I don't even know, like, how are you maintaining? Just how are you doing? I feel like right now, I know I'm on the struggle bus in part because I'm not sleeping really well. I am not going to the gym like I used to, and that's just been 2 weeks. So I basically have forced myself to go to the gym twice, have had terrible workouts, just done cardio and left, did a little bit of weights. I have kettlebells here. I've got, this thing I hang from. I do a lot of shoulder rehab because I have, injuries. I'm a nurse. I was an athlete. We're getting older. So, you got to be really aggressive actually about staying in good shape or being healthy as we age. And because I've lost a lot of weight, I've lost a lot of muscle. So, I'm very conscious about maintaining muscle, staying in shape, flexibility. I end up sitting a lot. Like today was a heavy sitting day because I was doing schoolwork. When I'm at work, I'm moving around all the time so much that most of my staff don't even know I have an office. So that just, tells you how much I'm moving around because I don't like to really sit. This desk is a standing desk, but it just does end up being better because I don't type very well. So if I was a good typist, I think the standing desk would work better for me. When I'm editing or doing other things non-typing, the standing desk can work really well. But yeah, it's this has been a journey. So I've got 2 more quarters. I just want to give you guys an update. I've got 2 more quarters left of school. I'm taking a trip that is kind of it's a personal issue going on, but it can't be rescheduled because I'm going to a memorial service. So that's actually coinciding with the end of my semester. So I'm going to have, obviously I always travel with my laptop. I bought a iPad, so I'm hoping that I can just use the iPad and that's going to work okay for me. I'm a little nervous just doing that, but I am only carrying carry-on for the week that I'm gone. That's the plan anyways. We'll see what happens. In the end of the day, paying for luggage is not a big deal considering all the other expenses of the trip. So whatever, $75, $100, I don't care. I just don't actually like checking luggage. I just like to have my bag and go, and I have a very compact bag that I take, and And usually for a week, I'm good. So I only have to bring, a couple nice outfits. The rest of the time, it's pretty casual. Outside of the memorial service and maybe, some dinner with friends a couple nights. And my workout clothes, because I'll be going to the gym out there. So I have a membership to a gym that's national as well as the local gym I go to here. So yeah, so I've got that going on, which will be somewhat relaxing. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to warmer weather because I'll be going to the West Coast. So I'm stoked about that. Hopefully it's a little warmer. I'm going to be at the beach, which if you know California, that's actually not a really warm place, but at least it'll be not freezing and not some Armageddon snow like we've been having. So I'm kind of over the winter, and now I can relate to people who go travel places in the wintertime, and I'm definitely feeling like I need a heat lamp. I just want to turn my office into a giant terrarium and be like a lizard with heat lamps on me. I'm not really sure. I just need to warm my body from the sun or some natural source. I don't know. If you have lived in a cold climate but are not from a cold climate, I think you'll understand. I'm not going to even front. I'm a wimp. I'm just not. My DNA is not vibrating with, 20-degree weather, 35-degree weather, freezing temperatures. I mean, snow is great, but I don't have my four-wheel drive truck anymore. I, again, was really anxious. I had a lot of anxiety about that this winter. I thought about actually buying a car, which I absolutely don't want to have a car payment. Who wants a car payment, right? I paid cash for my car that I've had for almost 3 years. And I did have a lot of anxiety because I had a very, very scary situation last winter with ice. Even though it's only like a couple days of the year or a week or two, you really need that four-wheel drive, or you want that heavier vehicle or high clearance vehicle, or whatever it might be. It is really important because if you don't have that and you need it, I just had a really scary situation in my car just 2 days ago. Was it Sunday? Yeah, just a couple days ago, because I thought something was flapping and it was my roof rack, and actually it was my passenger front tire liner, wheel well liner, had somehow something got up in between my bumper and the liner, almost came through the front of my bumper. So the front of my bumper is cracked, like something was going to break through it from in the backside, and it shredded my wheel well liner. And that's what was flapping around. And yeah, I wanted to say I'm very lucky because I could have had a front tire blowout in a really bad weather condition the other night, coming home at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. I work a very different shift, so I come home and leave work usually somewhere between 11:30 to 1:30 in the morning. And yeah, that's not the best time to, it's usually the coldest time of the night, whatever's going on, weather conditions, temperature, ice, all the things. And it's not, a great time to have a breakdown. So luckily I was able to pull over, figured out what was wrong. I carry a multi-tool plus 2 different knives in my car. I dug one of those out, was able to cut off this piece of this liner that had split. The middle part had just melted off from my tire because it had become loose and was just flapping in the front. So I cut off the piece that was flapping on the outside, but then I realized there was an even bigger chunk on the inside of my tire. So I went to a shop that was pretty close to where I pulled off, and they cut it off for me, and they're actually going to install the liner when I get it. So man, thank goodness that is a cheap part, and these guys are going to put it on for, I don't know, $75. So I'll be all in for, I don't know, $125 to get that replaced. The bumper is just, I'm not going to do anything with it. It's just crack. It's superficial crack. It's kind of just strange. It didn't fully come through. But anyways, the whole point is about safety, stress, trying to manage things. And, how are you guys doing it? Live in the East Coast also, Northeast? anywhere. I mean, the weather's been kind of wacky this winter. So, yeah. And then, we're all just trying to survive. The economy, things have gotten crazy expensive. Luckily, I was really nervous about the heating bill. I'm sure a lot of people got hit with really massive electric bills, heating bills, gas bills. We only have gas here, or no, we don't have gas. We have electric. And where I used to live in California, we had gas, natural gas, electric, water, all the things. So it wasn't too bad. I didn't have, but we'll see what the next month is. And so far it's been actually pretty good. But we also aren't home a lot, so we don't have the heat blasting, and we don't have a big place. But yeah, I just wanted to check in. I graduate in summer, towards the end of summer, and then I'll hopefully be taking my board somewhere around October, I'm guessing, and just really looking forward to shifting my responsibilities and taking some stress off of myself with some decisions I've made. And sometimes it's really hard to make these decisions, whatever career we're in. It's the in-between phase of, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right decision for me? What's going to be the net effect? But literally the moment I made the decision, it was like a giant weight lifted off of me. So don't be afraid to make changes. Change is good, and it's follow your, gut, trust your gut. I luckily, was able to consult with a couple of people I really trust who know my situation, and really I trust and respect what they had to say to me about my own wellness, my own well-being, self-care, my career goals, all the things. I'm about to move into a whole other career at, as I approach 59. So, and at the same time, I'm thinking, great, 2032, they're going to cut Social Security, and I think that's when I'm turning 65. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great. So, yeah, Gen X, we're just totally hosed. So I don't know what time, when you guys are planning on taking Social Security, but that's a whole other topic. My plan was to take it at 65 because I've done the math, and it's just the amount of years that I'm going to be alive, more than likely based on my family, is pretty long. So over time, it's better for me to take that money now, as long as I'm not earning a lot of money directly. And you have to be creative about how you structure yourself if you're able to structure a business so that you're not directly being an employee making that money, because all income and all that stuff affects your Social Security if you have a job, and a lot of things. But let's talk about retirement some other time. I definitely want to talk about that with you guys. I want to hear about your plans for retirement. Are you returning to school? Are you changing careers? I feel like, my channel might be changing. I might be really more personal vlogging than just nursing things, but it'll kind of be a little both. But I'm feeling the draw to have more conversations, Gen X and kind of younger boomers, older millennials, because I think that we have a lot in common right now that we are facing. So let me know in the comments what you'd like to talk about, what topics you're interested in. If you're a nurse, or have you done a late career change in life? I've changed careers 5 times. So I pretty much, being a nurse and RN is the longest career I've had. And, you change and you can do a nurse practitioner, you CRNA, you can do a lot of different things. So the Psych NP is going to be a significant change for me, and that's basically going to be my retirement, pre-retirement final career, I'm hoping. We'll see. I think I still have a few other tricks in my bag, but, I also do want to eventually grow the YouTube and have time to work on this. So for right now, my videos are just pretty raw. I'm doing a lot of shorts, which doesn't really get me anywhere as far as getting my hours on YouTube, but it at least drives traffic to my channel. Also, I'm more than likely going to be starting a second channel. I have a second channel for my dog, but I'll probably be starting a second channel that will be more focused on patient advocacy, and that's all that we'll talk about is patient advocacy. I'm going to continue to do collabs with Bridget NP. We're still looking at doing mostly the second Saturday of the month, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Although I think for March, we might push that back a week because I'm going to be on travel during that second Saturday. So we'll see. But I might be able to swing it and do it from where I'll be at. But anyways, just wanted to check in with you guys because I haven't done a video like this, and I thought, let me just shoot a raw video and see what happens. All right. Make sure you guys, if you feel like my video, subscribe, leave me a comment, let me know where you're watching from, and what kind of topics, what's your generation, and because this is really interesting. I want to share really quick my demographics on all my social media are pretty much equal on age range from 25 to like 60. And shockingly, I thought I would have a much older demographic, but I'm pretty evenly spread out across age groups. And that's probably because on some other social media, the age tends to be a little younger for nurses, obviously people who are working, not retired. But I think, here on YouTube, I'm actually hoping to drive to an audience that's, maybe a little older, more in line with my generation. I think we have a lot more in common, but I'm open. We'll just see however it works out. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching, being here with me, and hanging out for this short video. And I'll be posting some other shorts and have some other longer videos talking a little bit more about Psych NP School for those people who might be interested in that. If you're interested in Psych NP School and how to study, tips, tricks, or you just want information, you want to chat, just drop a comment and let me know. All right. Thanks so much, you guys. Take care.